Good evening. In today's video, my teammates confirmed by Carlos Ramírez, Erick, Nava, and me, Erick Chávez, are going to present the evidence scientific thought. Enjoy the video. Based on the result obtained in the evidence 1, in almost all environments of day-to-day routine, there is discrimination. From all the places that can be a case of discrimination, the most recurrent is in the job. Despite having these cases, some of them are left in nothing or dismissed as having found no issue after the investigation. The cases were categorized by some of the most common causes that are retaliation, race, disability of one or more faculties, and sex. Within this previous information, we can find that today there is no countermeasure to discrimination, because it's a part of the human mind to feel envy, greed, or frustration. But that doesn't mean that we are free to discriminate. There has to be a limit and promote more mental health to all the population for at least reduce the cases of discrimination. The discoveries that we have engaged can be applied to reduce or annihilate the discrimination of any live, living entity, at a point that people will be more secure of themselves. It may also reduce, in some ways, mental illness caused by the discrimination. The real problem here is how to execute it, because unless we terrorize all the population of Earth, there isn't going to be an important effect. In fact, it will change society, culture, and the way of thinking in general. I think if this plan gets on, it will change all the population in some way that maybe ourselves become a kind of clones with the same feeling. That's in the worst case scenario, but in the more likely scenario, people will comprehend more some minorities and cultures, becoming a total globalization of all countries. It may help, but it's only ideas till the moment. As all the talks of recognizable people, there's the ones against it, by the fear of the change as not being the same as usual. In this case, the people that will be against us is all the ones that think psychology is only for crazy people or goofy people. Also, in the part 2 of this video, there's a main problem that says the real problem is how to execute it, because unless we terrorize all the population of Earth, there's not going to be an important effect. That is in fact true. Two major examples are the climate change and the pandemic of COVID, with the climate change as a sadistic joke, where it practically says, if we do not take care of the planet, we eventually die. But hey, this new trending, this fire is banging. We should focus on this new trending that is banging, bro. As for example of this, there is the Will Smith and the Oscars event, and then the clock proposed by the scientist about the speculation of how many years we have a planet life. Here's the funny part. All the population focused on Will Smith and the Oscars event, and almost no one really worried about the scientist proposals. And then the opus magnum of the problems around the world, that is currently the pandemic of the COVID. This puts downwards all the post plans of 2020, terrorizing all the world with around 6 1.26 million of deaths by the virus and making to understand almost all the population to stay at home, use masks, and take care. My point in all this is that we have minimum options in the moment of taking care in a fast way to countermeasure discrimination. As usual, it may progress by the time, but society may not accept it as some solutions of obvious problems, for example, climate change. And if we execute this whole plan in a drastic way, there is more probability to success.